Hi, my name is Zaiem. I am the journalist covering this story, and I have here Timothy.
So my name is Timothy Yo. I was an ex-racer, but currently coaching a lot of kids. So yeah, I'm still involved in the racing industry.
Glad you can be here with me for this interview. So
Yeah.
so I just want to say, when did you start racing?
Well, I started racing when I was 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
quite young lah.
Yes, very young.
So where was your first race and how was it?
So my first race was in Sunway Extreme Park back in 2004, and it was a really good race. So there was a lot of testing and practice before that. So yeah, I think I came out second in the first race. So
Alright. With that said, which team did you join during your time as a go-karter?
So there's not only one team. Like obviously we've moved from team to team before. The few that was the ones that I joined, we started off with Kart Quest, and then we went to Chu Ming Racing, and then S&D Motorsport, CRG, Zenadi, Junior Team Asia, and Targa Asia.
There was quite a lot of teams.
Yeah, a lot of teams. So I was sort of a factory driver for the Asia sort of side. Yeah.
And in all those teams, how many years did it take for you to drive for all those teams?
So on average, I think I was with the team for about 2 to 3 years per team. Yeah, around that. Yeah.
So with all this being said, as you being a racer, what or who inspired you to become a racer?
Well, my dad was previously a racing driver, so he was Asian touring car champion, and that's when he introduced me to the sport of racing. And growing up, I was also watching a lot of Formula One, and there was this driver named Lewis Hamilton, which really inspired me. He was a really good driver. So yeah, I think those are the few names that really inspired me to become a racer.
Interesting. Right. So how long have you been racing?
Well, up to this year, I've been racing for about 14 years of my life. Yeah.
It's quite long.
Yes.
So when you were go-karting, what category were you racing in go-kart?
In cars, I did some Formula racing, like Formula BMW, Formula 4. I also raced in Porsche Carrera Cup Asia and some touring car championships. Yeah.
So you mentioned Formula 3. What are the differences between Formula 4 and Formula 2?
So I've only raced in Formula BMW and Formula 4, and the higher levels will be Formula Renault, Formula 3, Formula Masters, Formula 2, and then the highest, the top pinnacle, which is Formula 1. So the differences, obviously engine size, the chassis of the car, aerodynamics, all sorts of things. Basically, the higher level you go, the faster the cars are, the more grip they have, and it's much more physically sort of tiring, physically challenging to drive.
It's not only the cars that's changing, it's also the driver that has to change himself.
Yes, correct.
I see, alright. So, in all your career of racing, what would you say is the best achievement that you've had so far?
So I've won many races. I've also won a few championships like the Cadet Championship, the KKS Rounds, the KKS Championship, the Rotax, Cadet to Junior. I've won a few championships.
What was your first car?
First car was actually really funny. I had a really big car for my first car. It's called a Hummer H3. So it was manual, no sensors, no nothing. Basically driving blind with that car.
It was really big car, yeah.
Yeah.
So in all your life in career as a racer, have you been in a serious car crash?
A few accidents, but nothing major, just some bruises, but it's part and parcel of racing. Yeah.
Now, when you started, how long did it take you to move from go-karting to become a Formula racer?
It took about 7 years before I finally got a seat in for a test in Formula BMW, and then after that only I joined some races.
How hard is it to get a seat?
For sure, money is one of the most important criteria. You have to have money in order to race, and that's why they always try to find sponsors. But nowadays, it's not really easy finding sponsors in Malaysia for motorsport.
In your opinion, how big is the motorsport scene in Malaysia?
To be honest, not very big. Basically, if you're a racer and another person's a racer, you would, I think 80-90% of the time you would know who they are.
Alright. So, now tell me, what is it like driving a Formula car?
For sure, I think number one thing is that it's very physically tiring on the body. So a lot of single-seater drivers, they train a lot in the gym, do a lot of cardio, do a lot of workout before they actually get into the car, and then do the testing in the car as well. Yeah, so it's not only physical, it's mental, and a lot of practice.
That being said, let's say like when you first got the slot, how long did it take for the practice and before you could actually drive on the?
For me, because money was a constraint, so I didn't really have much practice in the car. But I only had like 2-3 days of testing before the actual race day, which is actually a very short period of time. But it was still okay.
Yeah. What's the difference between Formula cars and GT cars?
So Formula cars, definitely we have more downforce. We sit a lot lower in the ground. We sit in a sort of a laying down position compared to GT cars. We sit upright. And in GT cars you have a lot more body roll, whereas the Formula car is very stiff. Yeah, so in the GT car you have a lot of weight distribution, weight transfer during braking and cornering.
Which one do you prefer?
For me, I think both have their good and bad, but I think for me I would prefer to drive a GT car.
Alright. So, is it true that all basic racing skills come from go-karting? Is it the foundation?
I would say yes. Go-karting teaches you basically the basic like racing line, braking point, how to brake into corners, how to throttle out the corner, and overtaking, everything. Yeah.
Alright. Now, what is the cost to join Rotax Max Challenge, the professional go-karting competition?
Depending on the team you want, competitive or not, I think you can start with a normal team for about 80,000 ringgit a year, and all the way up to 180,000 to 200,000 a year with the competitive teams. Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Yes.
Now, what is the cost, the specific cost to join Formula 4?
Formula 4 would be a lot more expensive, and it's counted in euros. So 1 year of full season Formula 4, including testing, new tires, everything, is about 180,000 euros.
Alright, so is it easy to get sponsors?
No. If you want to have sponsors, you have to be really hardworking. You have to have something special about yourself. You have to have contacts. A lot of things come to play if you want to have sponsors, but it's not easy.
Is it possible to jump straight into Formula cars without any go-karting skills?
I wouldn't say it's impossible, but definitely a lot harder. You have to learn a lot just testing in Formula cars. So it takes you a very long time before you can get up to that level. Yeah.
Alright. Now, based on all the achievements that you've ever had, what's the best time that you have made in the Sepang International Circuit?
So I think on average, people drive in Sepang about 2 minutes 30 seconds or 2 minutes 40 seconds, but the best time I made was in a Formula 4 car, which is a 2 minute 13 seconds .2.
Right. And during this time, how long does one lap normally take?
Depending on the car you drive, like Formula 1, I think, if not mistaken, it takes about 1 minute 30 seconds plus. And for all the way up to the slowest ones like Proton Sagas, they have a championship like that, but I think they're doing about 2 minutes 50 seconds to 3 minutes on the track.
Alright. Now, how many kilometers is Sepang International Circuit?
The Sepang circuit is about 5.52 km long.
Now, with all that being said, why did you stop racing?
Like I mentioned before, budget is the number one thing. So because of budget, we weren't really able to continue. And like I said, sponsorship is not very easy to find in racing. So yeah, I've sort of moved on to coaching. Like I'm still involved in the racing scene, but racing itself, I think, is quite tough to be inside if you don't have sponsors.
And how is it coaching at the moment?
I like it because it sort of gives back to the community. I help kids to become whatever they want to become in the future. I think it's just very nice to be still in the scene, coaching people, even though I'm not racing by myself.
Right. So, I forgot to ask this. Why did you decide to coach?
Like I said, I think I just like giving back to the community. I like seeing young talents grow again. Hopefully, these people will be the ones that make motorsport grow in Malaysia again.
Now, as being a coach, where do you see yourself in maybe, I'd say, 10 years in this industry?
For sure, you want to be bigger than what you are now. Like, let's say I'm coaching kids now under a company, but maybe in the future I'd like to start a racing school or something like that. Yeah.
Alright, so based on all the questions and everything, and you being inside the community and the business, do you think there's any politics in this?
For sure, there is politics involved. So, I mean, some people, when they're close to the organizer or the important people, they get maybe a slight advantage being close to the organizers. They get a little bit more opportunities than the rest who are not.
And do you think, actually, how do you think this affects the drivers and anybody trying to become a racer?
I think it's, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's definitely harder for those people that have a lot of talent but don't know the right contacts. So for sure you have to have the right contacts and the right connections to bring you a little bit further. But yeah, I think it's just life.
Because of the sport that requires so much money, do you think that a driver that is very talented but getting no sponsorships, but having another driver who is not so talented but has a lot of money, do you think the other driver would get the job easier?
Definitely with money, it'll be much easier. So there's a lot of cases where the more talented driver in Malaysia, without money, they lack opportunity, and it's sad to see that it's given to another guy that has not as much talent but has much more money involved.
Putting aside money, talking about being biased towards a certain racer, is there any discrimination involved?
I would say that sometimes, because in the motorsport industry it's sort of controlled by a lot of government people, so they tend to favor their own race. Like, so there was, for instance, maybe there was another guy that was not Muslim or Indian, they just didn't get the opportunity that was supposed to be given to them.
Alright. And most of this is based on how the system works and the higher ups decision. So who actually makes the decision on who gets the sponsorships and who moves forward?
I'm not super sure about this, but there are people within the industry and the company. They will definitely bring up the people that they like. Like, let's say I like this guy, so I'll be I'll keep promoting his name, like, oh, he's the best. So for sure the sponsors are going to be like, oh yeah, I think maybe we should give an opportunity to this guy, but I think in the real scenario, I think another guy should be the one deserving it.
have you seen these type of cases in front of your own eyes?
I mean, it didn't happen in front of me, but I know of things that have happened like this before.
Have you ever been caught in the same sort of situation?
Yes. So there's a lot of sponsors that have came around, we were talking about it, but halfway through they decided to stop and then get another driver. Yeah.
Right, I think that was a pretty good interview. Thanks for your time, Tim.
No problem, man.
Alright.
Yes. Oh, that's good. And there's a rumor going on that saying that money sponsorship is an issue in this racing industry.
True.
Is it true?
Yes, it is.
Why is that?
Seperti apa yang saya sedang lalui sekarang, tanpa sponsorship, no matter how good you are in track, it is pointless because without money or sponsor, you can't go far.
So it is not just a rumor, it is true that
Yeah, it is true. It is a fact.
so without money or sponsors, no matter how good you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you being sponsored right now or
It's actually impossible untuk mendapati sponsor jika tidak ada any connection or tidak dapat dengan organizer. So far, it is about 3 years since my dad tried to get a sponsorship for me, but until now, I have got no news about it. I have nothing else.
so it's been 3 years that you're trying to seek for sponsorship,
Yes.
and then you didn't get any call back or any news.
No.
Okay. So as you said that there is this issue with sponsors, money, and there are also rumors going on that people are cheating a lot in this racing industry, whereby who has more money they can win the races. Is that true?
Yeah, it is true.
So without any, basically like you're saying that money is the number one issue in the racing industry.
Money is king.
Money is king,
Yeah.
like you said. Okay. So what is your
Opinion.
opinion
Yeah.
on how to overcome this problem, and how can you tell? Okay, for example, if you see an organizer right now, what would you want to say to him? Like how to make it fair for everyone to actually have a good race, and who has talent can actually go far rather than just throwing in money for their sons. Yeah.
My opinion is simple. Buat satu perlombaan talent search whereby semua orang dapat peluang untuk tunjukkan diorang punya prestasi. Saya rasa adalah dalam perlombaan tersebut, all engine must be the same. Same car, same engine, no tuning, no mechanic. So everyone is equal. From there, siapa yang menang atau mendapat sponsorship dan mewakili tim tersebut. Because there is still a lot of kids with power and potential in this race, but they just doesn't have the budget and sponsorship. They just lack of money. Like what I say, money is king.
Okay.
There is a lot of people paying to the organizer to let their kids win.
Okay. So basically, what you're trying to say that without money, that the races would be even more fun
Yeah, it will be more fun
because you
it
can
is
see the real talent,
skills.
true skills.
True
Basically.
skills.
Okay. So, do you think that Malaysia can actually go far if there is no issue regarding politics?
Yes, without politics in this industry, Malaysia can go further than this.
Okay. So, okay. Let me be clear again. So, what your opinion is to set up a race, which
Yeah.
is called a talent search.
Yeah.
So basically gather everyone who is keen to join this race, and basically they all can't have a tuned engine. Every engine must be the same and is sealed. It is locked. So
Yeah.
all engines are the same, and there can't be mechanics.
No.
So basically everyone is equal.
Yeah.
All have the same engine, same CC. There's no modification in it.
Yeah, Formula E?
Formula E, yeah.
They are using the same car, right?
Yeah.
Because that is fun. They are dia bergantung pada skills, the racer skills, not about the car. So I want all the races to be like that.
Something
Just like
similar like Formula
Yeah.
E. So like from go-karting, and if you like you said, everyone must be equal. The race must be clean and everything. From there you can see the true skills, and from that you can actually sponsor someone who actually got real talent rather than just throwing in money.
Yeah,
Is that true?
yeah, it is true.
So basically, after you I heard that from go-karting you can actually jump to Formula 2, Formula 3, GP2,
Yeah.
even Formula 1.
Yes.
But
You need money. That is expensive, quite expensive for that.
yeah,
If you
so
don't
yeah,
have sponsorship, really.
but if we can overcome this, we can actually sponsor like what's going on in the moto, you know, the MotoGP. That's good because that's true skills. Because Malaysia is throwing in sponsorship for that. The guy, I forgot his name, the motorbike guy.
I never heard of that.
Hafiz Sharin.
Yeah, I know.
So like, if people because people are willing to sponsor because it's not as expensive as go-karting or Formula cars, because motorbike is, like you say, it's not that expensive. So what you're trying to say is, if you have sponsorships and people are playing clean, playing fair races, we can actually go far and help, you know, gain the name for our Malaysian.
Yeah, for country.
Yeah. So thank you for your time. I hope that in the future you get to achieve your target in being.
Thanks.
So what are your plans after go-karting?
Maybe if I got don't have any sponsorship or anything like that, I will stop. But I will stop.
That's what your father.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you do, you're gonna go forward and push yourself to go to Formula 3.
Formula 3, Formula 1. Depends.
That's every racer's
depends.
dream to go to Formula 1. So okay, once again, thank you,
Yeah, sure.
and yeah, thank you for your time.
Yeah.